This is a number pad that I purchased on eBay. It was about $18, and you have the choice of either a PS2 cord or a USB cord. It uses some weird knockoff white Alps, and the keycaps are pretty thin ABS. I can't tell if these are either pad printed or laser etched, but it all around just feels kind of cheap. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take it apart. I'll be desoldering these clone switches, and I'll show you a little bit more about them. I'll be throwing in most likely simplified black Alps because I have a lot of them to use. Putting it back together, and I'll probably be putting on some new keycaps too. So hope you enjoy. This is the plate for the number pad. It's pretty cheap and seems like it's the perfect thickness. The switches were a lot harder to get out than a normal Alps plate though. It took a lot of force, but you definitely get what you pay for. Not bad though if you're just buying this for an extra number pad so you can swap in some better switches. So these are the stock switches that came with the number pad. I thought that it would be using simplified Alps, but these are definitely white Alps clones. You can actually hear they're really high pitched. They're pretty scratchy. And then here's a simplified Alp right here. And then I have a blue Alp back here. There's a pretty big difference. I'll do that again for you. So here's the white Alp clone that comes with the number pad. Here's the simplified Alps. And here are the blue Alps. Here's the PCB that comes with the number pad. It's just a cheap generic board. The wires for the power cord are just kind of soldered on there. It's not very clean. Board doesn't look too bad, but it's definitely cheap. My personal favorite website to use for testing my keyboards is keyboardtester.com. Works really easily. You just open up the program and it'll show you a keyboard right here, and then whenever you tap a switch, you'll hear a click. And it'll actually light up on screen, so it'll show you that that switch is registering. So you just do that for every single switch. And you're good to go. So all the switches are soldered in properly, and everything's ready to put back together. So these are the stock keycaps that actually came with the number pad. They're just cheap pad printed ABS keycaps. They're not that great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the keycaps from my old AEK2 that I used to make my Alps 64 board. Had these left over, so I might as well use them. They're PBT and they're dye supplemented, so they'll be a lot nicer to type on, and they feel a lot better. They make the board sound a lot better too. So I'll show that. So I got the new keycaps put on the number pad. The only thing is, I don't have the larger plus key because the AEK2 uses two smaller keycaps and switches, kind of like these ones. So it's all set up now. It looks a lot better. The switches feel a lot better. These simplified black Alps are a lot better than the white Alp clones that were in here before. They're much smoother, they're more tactile, and they're just all around better. Now that everything's finished, I'm ready to answer the major question. Is it really worth desoldering knockoff switches and putting in real Alps? If you're using it for a switch tester or something like that, it's probably worth it. You can just have it as a novelty item. But I'd rather buy something that's MX compatible and just get some decent Cherry MX switches or some Kale switches, because even though you put better switches in here, the quality of this is just terrible. The PCB is flimsy, the plate sucks, and the case is okay, but it's really light, it's cheap. Everything about it screams cheap. So, like I said, unless you really want Alps, I wouldn't go for this. So that's the end of this little video. I hope whoever watches it enjoys it, and if you have any questions or anything, just put them in the comments.